Welcome back, guys, to another new video of the Pacific Standard Final Heist glitch. Like I said in the video before, when they come out with a patch for the very first glitch that I showed you guys, I would come out with another one, and that is exactly what I'm doing here. Please note that the only thing that is patched is the helicopter. Everything else is exactly the same, so you'll be seeing, if you have seen the video before, you'll be seeing a lot of the repeat of the video before, just in case, so you guys know exactly how to do it if you haven't seen that video before, if you just don't know how to do it. But everything will be covered again in this video. Also, the helicopter glitch now is also not 100% certain that it will spawn, and it will take a little bit of time to get it to end up spawning, so you'll have to be very patient with it. But if you don't want to run in on just the bikes or having like a police car or something and dying and losing a lot of money and not ending up going smoothly, I guess it might be worth the wait in the overall in the end. An important thing before starting this heist is you're going to want to buy a bike off of Southern San Andreas Super Autos. It is the Nagasaki BF400, and what that bike will do is give you a lot of hydraulics or suspension or whatever it's called to give you a gigantic leap up onto a building that you can't get onto without a bike. I'll show you guys a picture of it right here. This is the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site. It's 95 grand, so you'll want to get that if you want to get on top of one of the spots where the helicopter spawns, and I'm going to be showing you guys all three spots in this video. Alright, here we go, guys. Remember, you guys are going to have to be patient with this glitch. They don't always spawn every single time in any of these locations. It will take some time. I believe when we did it this time, we ended up having to go back and forth 2 or 3 times, and it finally ended up spawning. So you're going to have to be very patient, but at least it's better than driving a car all the way up to the top of the, or all the way up to the boat. Alright, guys, so this is one of the 3 spots that I'm going to be showing you guys. This is the reason you need the BF400. Is right next to Lester's factory. I'm going to show you guys where you would want a friend to be when you do this one, because you'll want a friend to help you out. So right now I'm just driving behind the building across the street of where I actually launch up with this bike on top of the building from this motorcycle. So my friend's coming here, and I'm telling him to go on top of this building via those stairs. He'll keep watch over it. It doesn't end up spawning in this video, but this is just to show you guys this is one of the places that it does spawn. It has spawned many times for me before, it just hasn't in this video. So you won't see it in this video, but you'll see how to do it, at least in this video. My friend's right up there ready to watch the helicopter. You can see if the helicopter is across the street on the building across from me, where he is right now, and he can make sure it doesn't despawn while I do this. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be where I am right here on the bike, on the BF400. You're going to want to do a wheelie onto the you're going to want to do a wheelie like I do right to the other side of the highway, and it will literally launch you up all the way up on top of the building. And the only reason it does that is because the hydraulics or jump in this bike allows you to do that. So that's why you want this bike. The helicopter ends up spawning on the top part over to the left part of the screen that you just saw over there. Doesn't usually spawn in this helipad, but there's a helipad over on the higher part of that building, which you can access via these stairs or ladder that you saw in the middle of the video. I'll drive right past it here via those stairs, and that is how you do the complicated part of these 3 locations. Alright, guys, so the second area, unfortunately I don't have a waypoint that I went to go show you guys on the map, but it is right next to the bank. It is just right down the street from the bank. So you go the street of the bank, and you just come down the street just a few streets until you hit the police station. It is this building right up here, this one right here, on top of this police station, just a few streets down from the bank. As you can see on the minimap, the bank's right over there. That is where it would spawn. It would spawn on top of that, and right now I'm just going to show you how to get on top of the building if it does end up spawning. It didn't spawn in this one for me again, but in case you didn't know how to get on top of the bank, this is how you get on top of the bank right here. Echoing
wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
So unfortunately, I still don't have editing software that lets me speed up that whole little process there. I'd speed it up so you guys didn't have to watch it that long, but right there, that was where the helicopter is supposed to spawn, right on that helipad. Like I said before, it didn't spawn. You'd be able to see it from the ground, which is pretty nice. So that is the second spot, and the third spot is the hospital, and I'll show you guys that just a sec here. Alright guys, so the third spot, me and my friend ended up finding it on top of the hospital, which is the third and final spot where it would spawn. And it was right on top of the hospital. Me and my friend saw it. My friend kept an eye on it because he was looking for it as well. And then the hospital should be pretty easy to get on top of. You just climb the ladder. There's a ladder on the other side as well, or there's stairs. And then there's a stairs right here. You can see the tail fin of the helicopter. But keep in mind guys, this helicopter took a while to find, and it will take you guys a while to find, but once you finally find it, it'll be a lot easier as long as nobody messes up the mission from here on out. You have a helicopter, so the mission's automatically 10 times easier. Unfortunately, there isn't a faster way to do it. Once you get to this point, you will be able to do everything like you saw in the last video, and if you haven't seen the last video, I'm going to put the part of the video that is not explained up to this point in the video. So if you haven't watched it already, the video will be right here for you. If you have and you know how to do everything, then you have everything already done for you right here. Get wanted and you'll fail because you haven't started the mission yet. So now I have the chopper, and I'm going to fly it over to the garage next to the bank, and you have to have the same garage as what you would with if you've ever done the Kuruma glitch, where you could just walk in and get your Kuruma and drive to the boats from there. So I'm bringing it to that garage, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk in and out of my garage, and that will mean that makes the chopper stay there, so that you can use this to fly away when you get to this point in the mission. And basically what my friend is doing with the car to get the car is he's doing the exact same thing. He's getting a random car off the street because it does not work with a personal vehicle. That's why you can't get a personal chopper even if you were able to get a personal chopper in this. And he's going to do the exact same thing. He's taking the car, walking in and out of this garage, and getting back in the car, and then driving it to the bank, and it will stay there for me to drive it through the rest of the bank. So you don't drive the car into the garage, you leave the car outside, go walk in and out of your garage, and then it will stay there. Same exact thing with the car. So both the chopper and the car work the same way. So my friend right here is giving me a ride back to the bank, and then I just explain to my friend here where to park the car. And you want to have the car parked just right next to the entrance of the bank so you can get in really fast. So unfortunately, because I couldn't speed up the video, I'd speed up the video right here, but basically I'm explaining where he needs to park the car. Only he is able to do it, the one that went in and out of the garage with the car, or with not in the car, but went in and out of the garage, and that was the last car he was in. So he's just parking it right here where I'm standing, and then that will allow me to, when we come out of the bank, get in the car and drive it right down through the alleyway and do this mission really fast. So I'm just getting everybody in here to get to the bank, and then I'm going to cut out the inside of the bank part because I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to do the inside of the bank part, and I'll bring it ahead to show you guys the outside of the bank part, and me driving the car, me having the car stay there, and me driving it to the bikes and showing you guys how to do the bike part. Alright, so we are at the exit of the bank, and the person with money stays in the bank, obviously, so he doesn't get you don't lose any money. And The demolition of the 2 crowd controls work on taking out all the cops. So you can take out the cops if you want to, or you can leave it to your friends. But once you get enough cops out, you don't have to get them all out because you're going to be in a car, so you should be fine. So here I am. Here's the car. It's still there, and I'm just going to drive it right through the whole alleyway here, and then see, it's pretty easy from here. As long as no one else is following you, it should be fine. I ended up missing a checkpoint here because I went a little bit too fast, and so I ended up having to go back and get it. That will end up happening if you go a little bit too fast. So you just gotta wait for that checkpoint to show up on your screen, and then go back to, and then get it, and then you're good. Once you get that checkpoint, then you can drive your way back to the bikes, and then I'm getting into the bikes here real quick. There's the chopper right there. It's still there. Same thing with the car, as long as you got in and out of the garage. So then what you want to do is you want to take your RPG, blow up all the bikes, and then blow up yourself. Make sure you blow up the bikes first before you blow up yourself, or don't do it at the same time because it might not work. And then it will bring you back to the restart screen, and everyone will restart. And because you blew up the bikes and then blew up yourself, because you have the bikes blown up already in the mission, that will allow you guys all to spawn right where the car was parked, right there. So we're just restarting right now, and we'll be right there by the bikes. The car is still gonna be there because my friend already went in and out of the garage, and the chopper will still be there, and I will fly the chopper to all the checkpoints and right to the boat, and you're pretty much done right there. And then a little bit later I'll show you guys how to cut out your system, or where to cut out your system if you're the host, so you don't have to do your setups later on. So my friend's going to get the bikes right now. I'm getting in the chopper. Make sure the money is in shotgun. That will keep him a little bit more protected from the from getting hit. And then my friends are getting in the back seat here. So he's got the bikes dead or blown up, and we're just going to fly away. And it's literally that easy. So the only difference is you can literally just fly the chopper right to the boat and not have to worry about any of the checkpoints. But if you do that, you'll still have cops on you when you get to the boat. So if you do the checkpoints way, which you're going to see here, I'm just going to get all the yellow checkpoints and then go to the boat. You won't have any cops on you, and you don't have to worry. You can take your time when you get to the boat, and then I will explain how to cut out the system at the right time. Alright guys, so we just landed with the helicopter, and here's the boat. We have no cops on us. If you would have done it the other way, you would have had cops on you. But because we went to go get the checkpoints, we don't have any cops. I am not the host in this one. One of my friends is the host, just so I can record it, because if I cut out and I would have forgotten to press the stop record button, it wouldn't have saved any of this stuff that I have recorded here for you guys. So, I'm not cutting out here, but I will do to the best of my ability, and I'll probably show a screenshot of exactly where you should cut out. So I'm driving, my friend's getting ready to cut out. He's ready on the OK, like close application in the quick menu, and then all he has to do is hit OK. And basically what you want to do, if you're the driver, you want to drive right next to this pole and just slightly left of that yellow dot. And then right as you finish getting past the bridge that you just saw, that's where you want to cut out. I'll put a picture with a little bit of the bridge in there to show you where you need to cut out. And then if you're driving, you just make sure you just constantly just keep going. Don't let off the gas, just keep going straight and hold the gas all the way down until you get the cutscene. And there it is. There's the cutscene. My friend still has his heist, and I'll show you when I did it as a host to get the heist as well.
No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands, and on we'll go.
Alright, and then this part, when you start up your game, they made an attempt to stop this. If you don't do this, you'll still lose your heist after 2 attempts. So what you need to do here is, right as you start your game, I wasn't able to start the recording right as I started the game, but right as you start the game, just keep tapping L1 and R1. So L1, R1, L1, R1, L1, R1, until the screen that you saw when I was just able to start the recording, the brightness thing comes up. Once you do that, then you're good. You don't have to do L1, R1 after that. But once you start your game, just keep doing that until that screen comes up. And what that will allow you to do is it will send you straight into story mode. And then when you go over to online, it will send you through the terms and conditions again. And then you'll have to accept that. But you'll still have your heist. So I'd rather do that than lose it after 2 times. Once I get into the story mode, it's going to load up the story mode. Once I get into the story mode, it is going, I'll go into the online, and it is going to tell me to accept the terms and conditions. And once you do that, you go back into GTA Online, and you will have the heist. And you will see in the video here, I still have the heist. So I'm going to cut the video here and zoom in to me getting into GTA Online. Alright, so here I am back in GTA Online. I'm in my apartment, and I am right next to the heist room. So it's going to load me in here in just a sec. Here we go. Alright, so I'm in my house, and I'm going to head to the heist room. And it is still there. The heist, $1 million. Final heist in here just to prove that that it still works. I'm starting up the heist, everything is loading up, and there you go. The heist is still there, even though they made attempts to stop it.
eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. I